Good day, colleagues. Good day, brothers. Good day, sisters. Today, being 19th of August, as I am standing or sitting down here before you, I'm here to present some of our findings, some of our discussions on issues related to research. You see, previously, we discussed on literature review, and today, we want to discuss on the types of gap in literature. And if you could remember, during our previous discussion, we have made mention of research or gap in research or gap in literature have also reflected, have also one of the important aspects on the literature review. One of the reasons why we have undergone some findings or previous findings. So, meaning our topic of today should be types of gap in literature. And gap in literature is very important in academic or academia because it is only through gap in literature that our own findings will be researchable. If you want to conduct a research, at least as a researcher, after you have consulted some books, you have consulted articles, and other write-up, until when we discover there is gap in literature. That gap in literature, that is what makes you as a researcher to write in order to fill up the gap, where you will forward, where you will analyze, where you will organize the structure of your own study or of your own findings. In this context, when we decided to, started discussing them one after the other, number one type of gap in literature is gap in knowledge. So gap in knowledge is also very important. Until when you discover there is gap in knowledge. Gap in knowledge, it is the one that enables the researcher to sit down and observe what are other things that are missing. What are other contemporary issues that are missing? Then for you as a researcher, you want to sit down and cover up or fill up. Number two, theoretical gap. Theoretical gap is also very important. You see, theoretical gap is the type of gap that a researcher can use or can apply in his own findings when what the particular topic he wants to research is observing or is missing some aspect or theoretical aspect. When that theory he make use of does not cover up or try to change the dimension of his own study. So as a researcher, he will use research or theoretical gap in order to fill up his own findings. Number three, methodological gap. In this context, methodological gap, when the researcher observed the previous findings, where he found there is a lot of differences in terms of methodology applied by previous researchers. For example, maybe in the previous research, the researcher conducted his research while using qualitative approach. And the one he want to do, the one he want to conduct, maybe he decided to apply the quantitative approach. So you can use this as a means of gap in literature fill-up. Number four is evidence gap. You see, evidence gap is also very important. When the evidence involve inconsistency, when the evidence involve or does not reflect on the actual things or on the present or contemporary issues, so the researcher have access to sit down and address this vacuum and address these places where he will make use of and fill up his own findings. And number 5 or number 6 per se, there is also empirical gap. Empirical gap, it involves the use of write-ups. It involves the use of researchers. Maybe the researches that have been conducted on a particular issue does not also reflect some other issues that are contemporary or that is against the present situation. For example, as a researcher, before you conduct a researcher, you have to observe some of the problems that is occurring concurrently, some of the problems that is affecting humanity, and so on and so on. But previous research findings does not reflect all these aspects, and so on and so forth. And number 6 is population or sample gap. In population or sample gap, when the researcher observe the previous findings does not reflect, does not cover up some certain personalities or some certain humanity or some certain portion of other populations. For example, the previous findings does only or do only reflect on villages, but does not cover up the urban setup. Or the previous findings cover up the urban setup, but fail to cover up the rural societies. There is need for a researcher to sit down and address those issues. The other one, that's number 7 or number 8, is conceptual gap. When the concept being used previously does not reflect actually on a particular findings, or try to give different meaning, try to give different meaning and understanding, it may take some other dimensions. So for you as a researcher, you are capable to sit down and address those issues, and so on and so forth. There are many types of research gap, but without taking much of your time, let us address those that we have made mention in order to have access to some little knowledge about a particular issue. So this is what will mark the end of our presentation. But before then, don't forget the issue of following our page. It's very important. It is only when you people are following, you people are commenting, you people are giving impressions, then the page will survive. Thank you, thank you, thank you.